beginning to ebb a little bit. That's what it is right now. And at this moment, they must take on, by far, the most difficult event of all, the most grueling, the 1,500 meters. There are the standings. Daley Thompson of Great Britain, well within shot of a new world record, within shot of his second Olympic gold medal. You know, the decathlon is one of mankind's more devilish inventions, really. A new twist on an ancient Greek contest. 10 events over 2 days with the 1,500-meter run saved for last. What a cruel thing to do to an athlete. But it separates the champion from the simply excellent athlete like no other event, I think. You might think it would be dominated by mammoth men from some wild place where survival is the main object of life. In fact, traditionally, it's been an American event through the years. The private turf of college athletes, and in one case, a high school athlete from the USA. The decathlon was Jim Thorpe, engraving his classic Indian features into history with his victory in Sweden in 1912. Jim Thorpe, a symbol of Olympic nobility, the victim of Olympic hypocrisy when his medals were taken away not to be restored until 70 years later. But he set the standard for decathlon champions. He made the event the centerpiece it has become every 4 years. There was Bob Mathias, a 17-year-old kid from Tulare, California, carrying the torch for youth at the first post-war Olympics. Mathias again in Helsinki in 1952, winning twice in a row, the first and still the only man to do that. Bob Mathias, later a member of the United States Congress. Milt Campbell of New Jersey took a big lead in the high hurdles, then went on to win at Melbourne in 1956. Milt was a champion, but even as he won, a large shadow loomed in his future, a young man from California named Rafer Johnson, who finished second. It was Johnson in an emotional battle with his close friend C.K. Yang of Taiwan, who became the next king of the decathlon. They fought hand-to-hand until the final 1,500-meter run. At the end, there were only 71 points between them, but Rafer Johnson was the winner. 24 years later, he would touch off the Olympic flame here in Los Angeles. Rafer Johnson. At the age of 26, Bill Toomey switched from the 400 meters to the decathlon. He was almost 30 years old when he hit the stretch in Mexico City. Here is Bill Toomey, running in the footsteps of Jim Thorpe and Rafer Johnson and Bob Mathias. Running in the cold and the dark of Mexico City, in the breathless air, winning the decathlon. And in a memorable embrace with German rival Kurt Bendler. 8 years later, Bruce Jenner carried the flag, figuratively and literally, in Montreal, a sturdy, blonde-haired glamour figure. Jenner would go on to cash in on the title as none had before him. He remains a public figure today. So Americans had won 6 of the 8 post-war decathlons. That streak stopped when the U.S. boycotted the Moscow Games of 1980, but the winner was no fluke. Daley Thompson, who grew up in a school for troubled children in England, served notice that he was the king of the 10-event hill, a man to be reckoned with for years to come. And now we watch him do battle with Jürgen Hinkson. Can he be the first since Bob Mathias to do the double? Only the second man in history to win the decathlon twice? Well, that's what we're going to be finding out, and finding out very